It is time for the main event of the evening. BASILISK Big Brain Bouts number 4. Reynor versus Clem. Reynor just fell down the stairs, but he's good to go. Clem is just waking up, so he's totally good to go. Wow, the prediction could not be any more even at this point. 148k versus 148k. I'll leave it open all the way to the end. I think 15 minutes is more than enough. Some banter as always in the chat. Reynor saying that his finger is good enough to still beat him up. Oh, I can say that they can go whenever they want. We should not need any breaks in this series, so we can just bring it home and hopefully see some awesome games. I think Reynor is the host. My music is still running. Oh man, what a night so far. What a night. What a great set of games. I am already very happy, and I think it can only get better. We are a bit late. But hey, peak and 8 times. And for the Europeans, hopefully you guys don't have to work tomorrow. Let's get it on. Final series of the night. Yes, Meto Chobo. But that's because he doesn't walk down the stairs like a normal human. He jumps down the stairs. And I already told him to stop doing that because I have neighbors and they will hear that too. But whatever. It is what it is. He's okay. He's alive. And we can watch some fantastic StarCraft.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight!
In the bottom right side of Cosmic Sapphire, we're looking at the main base of the Italian Stallion, representing Kaizi Gaming, playing these games from Zuidland, the Netherlands. This is Reynor. And in the top left side, we're looking at the main base of the Frenchman, representing Team Liquid. It's the one and only
Liquid Clem.
Wow, okay, suddenly you guys are going big on channel points and a lot of points on Reynor. You guys needed the confirmation that his finger is alright, or what? It's been a long day, but definitely a very good one. Obviously, Reynor also played in DreamHack Masters earlier today. He got a 2-0 on the board versus Rotterdam. So he's off to a pretty good start. I think Clem is only 1-0 in DreamHack so far, right? Or did he have a DreamHack match as well today? I'm not sure if Clem played in DreamHack today, but if he didn't play today, he will definitely... Clem 2-0 at Milky Cow. Okay, so both of these guys are 2-0. There's obviously a very good chance that these two will meet in the playoffs, but that's more than 2 weeks away. That's probably going to be on Saturday or Sunday, the weekend of 15 and 16 October. So they were both totally down to just play some good old fun TVZs tonight and put on one hell of a show. And that made me happy. Clem, of course, already played once in the main event of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. That was the second week, where he had a best of 5 against Max Pax. And he actually kind of snapped the streak there. Well, he already snapped the streak before, but he extended his own little winning streak with a 3-1 victory. When these two guys play, it's always a lot more than a practice game. I'll guarantee you guys that. These two guys are very friendly with one another. There's always banter, but there is a very healthy rivalry. And there is no moment in history that Clem is just fine with losing to Reynor, and there is no moment that Reynor is just fine with losing to Clem. They always want to outdo one another, so we're gonna get some good games tonight, guys. And it's just a very good warm up for, well, warm up is not the right word, but it's a good test. Let's put it like that. Clem's Reaper working on the first few links of Reynor. Should not get too much done here. Reynor actually lost a ladder game early today against Gabe. I don't know if any of you guys had the Gabe stream open, but I did see that game. It was on Moondance. I think Gabe played very well. Gabe was happy, sad, and in the end he was happy. It was a good game. Reynor was not too worried over it. He was like, oh, I was dead since the beginning, you know. He did also lose in the EPT Weekly against Gabe. That was last Monday. He played those games from here as well. But that was on the day that Reynor did travel for 7 hours from Italy to the Netherlands. So I think we had to take those games with a grain of salt. So far the opening is a triple CC, a couple Hellions on the way. I think everything is very standard. It will really come down to the mid game between these two. Who is outshining who today? Who's speaking? Who's cleaner? Wasn't it the day he hurts his finger? I don't know what that means. He said he just hurt his finger just now, like 5 minutes ago when he fell down the stairs. While we were waiting for game 5 of Vindicta Hate Me. Reynor tripped down the final 5 steps of my stairs. We have a Banshee on the way for Clem. And he's firing up Cloak as well. Now early today we saw Cloak started a couple of times, but then it still got cancelled. I don't know if Clem is going to cancel it. Reynor also said that tripping down the stairs properly woke him up, and it's what he needed. Not my way that I would recommend any of you guys to get ready for a best of 5, but apparently it helped Reynor. Single Evo. We actually saw that earlier from Hate Me as well on this specific map. Obviously Hate Me went up against a very different build. Reynor has not been super active yet with his Overlord. I don't know if he's assuming a certain thing to happen. So we now do get our second Evo chamber going down. Ooh, Clem. That's a little sloppy. That actually reminds me a little bit of that Home Story Cup final, where Clem also in the second game against Sarah, lost, I think, his Banshee right before Cloak finished up, and that obviously made the entire opening a lot weaker. You can still send this Banshee home, just repair it, wait for Banshee number 2, but not really the start that you're looking for. It's a lot of Hellions. So far, only 2 links going down, though. If Reynor can make it through the next minute and a half of this game without losing any drones, I'm sure that he's going to feel very, very confident. Now, he does go double Evo, obviously, before the lair. And that means quick upgrades, but very late bailing speed. And late bailing speed is a dangerous game to play against the very fast Frenchman. Reynor is queens there, a bit exposed, and the Banshees are here as well. It almost feels that Reynor maybe forgot about the Banshees. That means 1 queen is gonna fall, 2nd queen falls, a 3rd queen falls. That's a bit much. That is a bit much, guys, to lose 3 queens just like that. Of course, Reynor always has plenty of queens, but queens are so damn good if they go up in numbers, if they gather up a decent amount of energy. To lose 3 queens like that, and all 3 queens there actually had a decent amount of energy. It's pretty painful. Reynor is very good in spreading creep as he goes for a surround on the Hellions in the center of the map, and that's obviously a lot better for the Italian. He does lose a couple of drones. 1 more queen. Steph Curry with the shot. Found Steph Curry. Takes out a queen. Takes out the majority of Hellions. Loses 4 drones. I'd say it's still kind of even, right? Can we all agree that this is still kind of even? So since this is the main event of the evening, that obviously means that the prize pool is bigger for this specific match as well than the other 3. The way that we build up the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts is $75 first best of 5, $100 for the second, $125 for the third, and the main event has $200 in total, $150 for the winner, $50 for the loser. If you guys have any other questions about this event or Basilisk, feel free to ask me, and I will gladly answer your questions. Cheeky scan goes down, a lot of Cryptum is getting picked off. Ooh, queens, a couple of queens there off creep, so they may not all be able to transfuse each other, but it's good enough in the end for Reynor. I will definitely upload this entire VOD to YouTube. I've been recording it since the very start, and if you guys tuning in later, because obviously DreamHack was going on at the same time, and I know there were some great games happening. We had really fun matches between maybe not the most known players out there, but the games tonight, I really have had a blast watching them, so I definitely recommend you guys checking them out. Marines and Widow Mines are making some progress in the center of the map as Clem throws down a scan. Widow Mines firing at Lynx, Banes, and a couple of the Queens. Reynor holding strong so far, but Clem is doing a very good job when it comes to unit retention. Not really losing a whole lot. On top of the pickups as well on the bottom side of the map. Creep is good, but Clem has done a very good job so far. These 2 mines. Oh, Banelings, by the way, connecting with a lot of Marines just when we complimented Clem's micros so far. Feels that Clem was microing the Widow Mines, assuming that the Marines were going to be safe that far off creep, but Marines are apparently never safe. A few more Banelings connecting with Marines. So far, resources lost 3k against 3.2k. Obviously, numbers that Reynor is more than happy with, especially considering the fact he's had a pretty good economy so far. Saves his Overseer. Clem just wants to push back the creep a little bit. It's always fun to see these two guys micro. Another mine gets picked up. As one mine does connect with a few links there. Overlord morphing into an Overseer. Overseer getting picked up. Marines are very low on HP. One more sim being used. Final nice snipe. Then not a nice snipe by Clem. But I feel normally when Clem is playing this style, guys, he prefers to be out there a little bit more. Closer to where he wants to be. Closer to drones. Closer to hatcheries. And none of that is really happening. Obviously, Cosmic Sapphire is a lovely map for Zerg. It's probably a map that you kind of need to win if you want to win an entire best of 5 against Clem. Hydras are off creep. They've got +2 armor. No missile attacks. It's all about the melee upgrade so far. As Hive starting now for Reynor. 10 minutes into this game. And 14 more Banelings morph. Clem is sitting at 82 SCVs. Has lost a grand total of 0 workers so far. And that's obviously not a given either when you play a best of 5 against Reynor. Clem sims forward, finds another queen, and is this time around getting right where he wants to be. Close to one of these hatcheries. The Widow Mines deal a bit of friendly fire. Hydras could go for medevacs here. That's exactly what Reynor wants to do. Gets one of them. There's one more mine in the back. There's one more mine. There are apparently many more mines, guys. Clem did not start +3 attack yet. He should fire that up in the near future. Reynor is actually taking the rich Vespine, guys, during all of this. Didn't even see that. Clem is going to see that now for the first time. There are a couple of static defenses going up, but it's not quite up and running yet. That's a lovely Widow Mine shot. 2 more mines. 3 more mines even. Ooh, Reynor. That is a clumsy way of maybe cleaning this up. Decent amount of links. At the same time, Clem making some progress on the bottom left side. This is actually kind of a scary minute for Reynor. So you have to suddenly worry about all these cloak mines that are scattered around multiple bases. Good setup between these two. Banelings finding good connections there with the Marines. Overseer trying to drag the Widow Mine shot above the Terran army. And it works. That was 100% on purpose. Good job there by Reynor. So the first few Vipers are on the way. Hydras could really use a missile attack, man. This is not the mean killing machine that I like to hype up. Clem did not have high ground vision there, so charging forward with Marines is dicey. Few Widow Mines getting misrallied. One of them does fire, connects with a couple of the Zerg units. Off creep here, Clem should be fine. Once more, the Hydras are just not packing the punch. You would love to see them have punch, whatever. You guys know what I mean. As a couple of Widow Mines do get blown up by those Banelings. Reynor does not have burrow, so we cannot get any burrowed Banelings going on. 12 minutes in. Feels like it's pretty dead even between these two. They're testing each other. They're pushing a little. Nobody has made any massive commitment one way or the other. As Clem does find an opening at the bottom side of the map. Reynor a bit out of position this time around, and that's the first hatchery kill of the game. 12 Hydras. Still no missile attacks. We do have Hydra speed through spines. We do not have a lurk at them. We do not have an Ultralisk Cavern. So Reynor, despite the fact that he has Hive, is working with relatively basic units. Liberator sieging up. This is going to be really annoying. Because the Hydras cannot be everywhere at once, and they are definitely nowhere near that Liberator. I'm starting to feel Clem here in game 1, guys. Feels like we're getting more and more victories for Clem on the board. At this point, Clem has traded pretty efficiently too. Few pair of ops landing, but Reynor has lost 5k resources more. Banelings here will not connect. Clem is sharp. Clem is really sharp. He's microing, he's picking off units left, right, and center and saving his own. Very strong 2 minutes by Clem here. Very, very strong 2 minutes. Liberator's gonna siege up in the top right side, but that one will get denied by them queens. As we have a Widow Mine. Oh, yeah, that's a Vindicta Widow Mine if I've seen one. A solid 25-30 links going down there to a single shot. At this point, we're looking at a 7.1k resource difference. One more Widow Mine connecting with a couple of Zerglings there at the same time. Clem still active with these units. Gonna run headfirst into Banelings though. Not paying attention. So Reynor gets a little victory in the bottom side. At the same time, Reynor still testing his luck here. Doing a good job in avoiding a couple of the mine shots. There's no bunker, no tanks. Still a lot of Widow Mines though. You wonder how long can Reynor really stick around off creep? Well, he's going to spam a couple of Pharaoh Bombs, which I really don't hate. Oh, that's a decent amount of SCVs going down as well for the very first time. Clem does have... No, actually doesn't have personal cloaking for the ghost. That was for the banshees. Same icon, different upgrade. I like how chat is like, Clem's got this, Reynor's got this. Alright chat, talk to me. Who's got this? Do the pro gamer caster thing. One of these two guys is super dead. Tell me who is super dead. I want to hear it. We have 10 medevacs. All of them are dead even. I like that. All of the medevacs are a bit low on HP though. Clem is going to try to get his hands on his own rich Vespian geyser. Reynor has 33 banelings out. Couple of banelings storming down the ramp. Planetary Fortress and Widowmine so hard to run into. Can these banelings find the connections that they are looking for? I mean, they're getting deep. They're getting real deep. That's dead SCV's Blinding Cloud. And it should be a dead planetary as well. If the Hydras and banelings do their thing, and they will. And maybe it was indeed Clem's at that, because that was an absolutely fantastic fight for Reynor. He had to work hard to get in this position. And it didn't even look all that fantastic. But with that fight, that move, that commitment, Game 1 will come to a somewhat abrupt ending. And Reynor takes the 1-0 lead after 16 minutes. That's crazy. I honestly felt very close, kind of like a tug of war. You get a good trade, I get a good trade, you get a good trade. And Reynor did lose 7k resources more than Clem at one point. And obviously Clem had a good economy. It was like 80 plus SCVs, but just one fight like that, one move, one commitment. And it's Reynor who takes the 1-0 lead, but obviously on a very good map for the Zergies. I think we can all agree on that. Let me just take a look quickly. Of course, Reynor will win. Reynor never in trouble just toying with Clem. That is a very silly thing to say. Clem is a world-class player. Am I on the wrong server or something? No. Just waiting for them to host. There is no such thing as a Reynor toying with Clem or Clem toying with Reynor, mate. These are two of the absolute finest European StarCraft 2 players. Two of the best StarCraft 2 players in the world. One does not toy with another. That's not how it works. Are there still more matches or is it over? This is a best of 5. This is the main event of the evening. So we're going to hop into game 2. Current score is 1-0 in favor of Reynor. Tonight will end when this best of 5 is over. And then obviously I'm going to ask you guys one more time to please show some love. !Basilisk in the chat. If you guys want Basilisk to do more in StarCraft and obviously want to give me the opportunity to organize more of these kinds of nights, please show them some love, respond to the tweet, follow them, and let them know that you've enjoyed the previous 4 Fridays of StarCraft 2 action. And then there is a good chance that we will continue after DreamHack. The upcoming 2 weeks, we're not doing anything, because obviously DreamHack is going to be the main focus for the players, and I want you guys to be excited over DreamHack as well. But once DreamHack is over, there is a lot of time to run stuff again, so I would love to do more with Basilisk, and I think it'd just be good for everyone. Good for players, good for the scene, good for me. Feels like everyone's a winner.
Round 2, fight!
In the top right side of the very Terran-friendly map that is Waterfall, we are looking at the main base of the guy that everyone's talking about.
The guy everyone is talking about. Liquid Clem.
And in the bottom left side, we're looking at the main base of the man who could have had the coolest intro out of any intro, guys. Because I had a plan. If Reynor would have won IEM Katowice 2022, I would have paid $400 or $500 or whatever it is to Bruce Buffer's cameo or whatever that thing is called. And then Bruce Buffer could have recorded an intro for Reynor where he's like, they're reigning, defending. That would have been so cool, but Reynor shit the bed, lost in the finals. What a plap. So no cool intro for him. It's just Sky Gaming's Reynor. But he is up 1-0. So that part is pretty good. And look at this, guys. Gas, pool, before hatch. We saw Reynor do this in the DreamHack Masters against Spirit. That game did not go well. Let's see if this one goes better. I don't know if it's the same thing or if he's going to switch it up. Reynor 12 pool. I was not paying attention, but that seems incredibly unlikely that that was a 12 pool, mate. 1-0 with a broken finger built different. I can guarantee you guys that he does not have a broken finger. You know what? Maybe if he did break his finger, he would cook a little bit less. The other day, I woke up late. I opened my fridge, and I kid you guys not, the smell that came out of my fridge was unbearable. And he's like, "Hey, man, I cooked. Isn't it awesome?" I was like, "What on earth did you cook, mate?" I was like, "He's gone outside. He slaughtered some rats or something." It was unbearable. He's like, "What do you mean? What are you eating? It's chicken and beef or it's rice and beef." Took me 3 days to get rid of that smell in my fridge. That's all I will tell you. He tried to cook rice and beef. And maybe it was alright, but it was not what I expected when I opened my fridge to grab my milk in the morning for my cornflakes. I was hit by something I'd never smelled before. I did see him eat it, yes. He said it was not bad. He was somewhat happy with his creation. I don't think so slowly. I don't know. It just happened 10 minutes ago. I think he's fine. He said his index finger or his middle finger hurt a little bit, but I think he's okay. He just fell down the stairs. Ooh, went for the third hatch, cancelled it. And now, oh my, no, but you cannot let him get up. You cannot, oh no, that's so big, that's so big. That's so big, because now Clem sees the cancelled hatchery as well. Guys, that is massive. That is massive. I have a hard time believing that this is going to be very successful right now. Reynor really tried to deny that Reaper from hopping up into the high ground there, but it did not work. And now obviously Clem should get more than ready. I think he's okay slowly. It was a relatively loud bang. It was a solid 4 or 5 steps that he fell down. But I can't even feel sorry for him, because I've already told him 7 times to stop jumping down the stairs. Like, people walk downstairs. But Reynor does this thing, like, tuk, 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 where he's bouncing. The entire house is shaking. My neighbors are having a heart attack. And this is the 2nd time he fell down the stairs, so... Karma! Yeah. I'm not joking. This is what he does. Alright, we have roaches and ravagers running down to the other side of a waterfall, but Clem obviously had a great scout in the early game. I want to say should be more than ready. Maybe he almost felt that this was all too good to be true. Maybe he didn't actually. I don't know. Is there a wall where he didn't see it? I had it out there. That bunker is a little bit late. That bunker is a little bit late. Oh my goodness, the corrosive bar on that Banshee, by the way. If that Banshee falls, guys, that would be insane. No, Clem! Okay. Maybe it's bait. Bunker finishes up. I mean, Reynor can get damage on him, but he needs to do a ridiculous amount of damage. And I personally never see it happening. But you never really know. Maybe crazy things have happened. Reynor actually right-clicked on the orbital there, guys, for a little while. Instead of attacking the Hellions and the SCVs, Reynor was attacking the orbital command. I don't know if that would have made the difference, but obviously that does not help. Obviously really good defense by Clem, but when Reynor starts right-clicking on orbital, he makes it a bit easier. Clem is sending the SCVs to the low ground maybe a split second too early. But I have a hard time getting excited over this one, guys. This just all looks really bad for Reynor. There is no other way to put it. Oh my goodness, mate. 10 gifted tier 3 subs. Eric, that is so big. Thank you so much. I see Miko in there as well. Welcome, Miko. Yeah, there is nothing I can really make of this game, guys. I think everybody that received the sub today, we have an emote. Roddy SD. I think it's a big S and a small D. But I don't actually know my own abbreviations. Try it out. But I think it's time for some SD emotes in the chat, because I don't really see this game going anywhere. It's Waterfall. Clem is up 8 workers. Reynor's rush for the 2nd time this week, as he also tried it against Spirit. This is not going anywhere. I don't know, Vito. I honestly don't know. But yeah, it's so far Reynor's success rate with this build is the opposite of 2 racks in tournaments. It's not very high. I actually just realized I said that, guys, but that's obviously not what I mean. What is it actually? What is the correct abbreviation? I don't want to alt tab because it will freeze the game for you guys. Is it a big S and a small D, or is it a big S and a big D? It is. Okay, I was right. Yes, I know. I mean, what? I mean SD, okay, like that. You guys are making it weird. I wasn't even going there. My brain was not even going there. This is all you guys. Yeah, I know. Let's move on. Reynor, playing this game from ultra far behind, is going to try to drop a Spire. But as I said earlier today, the word of the month for the kids is sus and hopium. I don't know what Reynor can possibly do to bring this game back. It is one of these scenarios where this is a proper cliche where it's like Reynor can't really win this game. Clem can only lose it, but Clem is probably not going to go down there and somehow throw this game. I don't think I've even ever seen Clem lose a game like this. He's so far ahead. I'm just going to meme with you guys. It's not the first time there's a comment like that coming from him slowly. It's not a bad guy. Just says weird shit. There's a couple of viewers out there. There's like, they're good people. And they're funny. But sometimes they just say really weird things out of left field. You just don't see it coming. And you're like, bruv, where is that coming from? And I know, I'm guilty of it too, guys. Some nights I get a bit carried away. And some nights I'm weird. But I like to think that I never get that weird. I can do that for you, Ravi. Clem throws down a scan. He's got a lot of guys with a gun and a couple of Hellions. Reynor has 26 links and 7 middleists. The chances of Reynor winning this game are about as big as Fear Dragon buying a guitar in the Netherlands and actually giving it to me. Now, he was saying that he was thinking about it for a while, but I can guarantee you guys that that man never bought a guitar. And that's why Roddy is still not Ed Sheeran. But we do have Reynor flying around with a couple of Miras, finding some SCV damage. He's going to need a whole lot more than that. He knows that too. We're now going into a couple of Desperation Roaches, but these are slow Roaches, guys. I mean, that's just an unfair fight. It's a lot of SCVs falling, to be totally fair. Jeez Louise, Reynor with a little Link counterattack, actually getting 27 SCVs. But he's now also a 2-base Zerg. So I still would refuse to get excited over this game. Because it's super over. It has been super over for a little while. But Reynor has apparently the fighting spirit in him. But he does hit us with the GG. My favorite, actually. I prefer that over single G. Jeez Louise, we have so many people here. Did we get hosted by DreamHack or something? There's no notification, but in case we did, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully DreamHack Masters was a ton of fun today. I watched a couple games. Not all of it. But I watched a couple. And I'm looking forward to being back on the broadcast next week. We have had an absolutely fantastic night of games ourselves. I will upload all of this, guys, to YouTube tomorrow or even later tonight. We've had 3 best of 5 so far. All 3 of them were fun. The first one was like alright. The second one, a banger between Iba and Holy Hit. The third one, Vindicta Hate Me, also very good. And we are now in the main event of the evening, where so far things are a bit straightforward. But the good news is that we're all tied up. It's one apiece. If you guys have any questions about the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts, which is what we are currently running, feel free to ask me. There is no delay, because I trust these players. They are fine. And yeah, we are hopping into the final games of the night. Yeah, I didn't get a notification of being hosted, so... No, actually I did. Sorry, I completely missed that. That was 9 minutes ago. I'm a donkey. Thank you to whoever was in charge of that. I don't know who runs that, but thank you. Our final best of 5 of the night. It's already been a relatively long broadcast for me, and with a couple of crazy games. So I wouldn't say I'm low on energy, but I'm just trying to pace myself for when this actually gets crazy. Let's get it on and hop into game 3.
Round 3. Fight.
Because it's been a somewhat exhausting evening for me so far, I'm gonna let Yona do this intro. In the top right side...
The guy everyone is talking about. Not me, though. Not talking about anyone.
Well, even if he's not talking about him, who is it?
Liquid Clem.
He's so good, we have to do it twice.
Liquid Clem.
That's right, Yona. That's right. Tying things up after, obviously, scouting in the early game. Now, I was still a little bit confused about the ultra-late bunker. Maybe he felt that Reynor wasn't committing. Or there is a small chance that there was a graphic error where we saw that he saw cancelled creep. But maybe he didn't actually see that with the Reaper. There is a chance that that happened. I would have to hop into the replay after this entire best of 5 is done to confirm that. But in the end, he still held, he still won, he tied things up. That's the only thing that really matters. In the bottom left side, we're looking at the main base of the man who is one of the best StarCraft 2 players on this planet. He's not very good at going up and down stairs, but hey, he does know how to climb the ladder. This is SkyZ Gaming's Reynor. Woohoo! We've had a absolutely amazing night. You guys have been so damn good to me throughout this entire month. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. We've had a lot of followers, which is awesome. We've had a crazy amount of gifted subs throughout this entire month. Jacob, absolute MVP, but Basilisk has been awesome. Eric the man just casually stopping by, 10 gifted subs. We had Phoenix, Erniak has been going crazy. You guys have made this September, as they call it on Twitch, truly special for me, and I want to thank you all from the bottom of me heart. Thank you so much. Let's hope that we can close the month out. Well, actually, we're already in October right now, but let's hope that we can close out the month of September, pretending it's still September, with a banger of a best of 5 between two of the best StarCraft 2 players on the planet. So far, openings are that standard, which means that we don't really touch upon every little detail, but I hope it goes without saying that if you guys have any questions about strategy, scouting, basic things in StarCraft, always feel free to ask, and I'll gladly answer them. Thank you, Kida and Orange as well. And I have normal stairs, by the way, guys. This is not one of these houses with really freaky stairs where it's very tiny. No. I have lived here for 3-4 years. I never fell down the stairs. Reynor has been here for maybe a month and he fell down the stairs twice. It's just Reynor. It's not me. It's not the stairs. It's Reynor. Roddy, White Terrans almost always start with Reapers. What is the advantage? The scouting. It is all about scouting. It's obviously a nice unit to force out a couple of links early on. If you don't make a Reaper, the Zerg doesn't have to make the links. So you already slow down their economy. On top of that, you can push back the creep a little bit. And the Reaper is also complemented very well by the Hellions. Because then the Reaper can lead the charge, can soak up Queen shots. Hellions, if they take damage, they need to be repaired. If a Reaper takes damage, it can regenerate. So it's just an all-around solid unit. You're not expecting a whole lot out of it, but you just like what you get. The second answer, I would say no. I do not think you can pick up a unit while it's bouncing in the air from a grenade. The first one is question about StarCraft. If a Reaper grenades a unit, can you pick... Oh, that was the one question. No, I don't think you can do that. You have to wait for the animation to be over, right? Is that correct, Ravi? Is it correct? I don't know. I know you know the answer to your question. I don't think you can. I think you need to wait. Thank you, Captain Hare, as well, and everybody else. I'm going to thank you guys later. For now, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. The tiny details. As you guys know, the man upstairs is obsessed with the tiny details. He gets angry at me if I miss them. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the most famous person to stop by my chat today. It's Goblin. Goblin SC2. Earlier tonight, we did have Pokimane hang out for a little bit. That was awesome. But, I mean, obviously that goes into no comparison when Goblin decides to stop by. The Max Pack Slayer, as they call him on the streets of Zagreb. What a man. What a man. 1-1 upgrades on the way for our man Reynor, who once more prefers the quick upgrades over the quick lair and quick baning speed. Not expecting Clem to do anything too adventurous with his Hellions. Everybody calls him that. We all call him that. Who do you play tomorrow, Gobbus? Who's your second match? Who is the next victim? Gung Fu, jeez Louise. Gung Fu shaking in his boots, man. Might not even show up. What are you gonna do against the Max Pack Slayer? Ooh, sorry guys. Liberator sieging up in the main base, and it seems like Reynor paid as much attention to the Liberator as I did. So it killed 4 drones. The Hellions trying to get lucky as well. Link count is not too high. Only 5 links remaining, guys. Oh no, this can be a disaster. It is a disaster. Roast them and toast them. Reynor lost a lot of links. The Liberator kept him busy. No, all the... Oh, no! Oh my god, it's a disaster. 23 drones have fallen, make it 26, and Clem is not done yet. A Liberator and a couple of Hellions is all it takes here, man. He's gonna get over 30 or what? This is absolutely mental. He can still one-shot. Yeah, that's curtains, guys. 35 drones going down against 8 Hellions, a Reaper. And the Liberator is still alive while the Liberator falls now. That's unbelievable. Reynor played a greedy game. And when you play the game of drones, you're either a rich man or you die getting there. Who could have ever thought, guys, that Vindicta Hate Me and Iba Holy Hit was going to be way better than Clem versus Reynor? Obviously very sexy Hellion Liberator movement there by Clem. This one is unfortunately all over as well. Reynor's going to try to make some magic happen with a couple of links. Reynor's going to have to kill 35 SCVs to make this an even game. I think we all know that that is never going to happen. Wow. Well. Even this evolution chamber finished up by accident. Fortunately for him, it wasn't in the middle of the mineral line, but it will take a comeback for the ages for Reynor to bring this one back. Started off by losing a couple of links to the Hellions. Liberator shows up in the main base. Hellions kill a few more links. And then the doors were wide open. The floodgates were open. And there was no way of really making the best of that situation, saving anything. Still trying. I like the fighting spirit. I think if Reynor wasn't sitting in my second floor right now and wasn't in my house, he would have left this game. I like the idea of being a dreamer and trying to bring this one back. I appreciate the effort. Clem obviously knows that he is absolutely flying in this game. He is cooking, as they would say in Newcastle. And he's cooking drones. He's cooking everything, guys. Little Baneling run by. Claymore. They plunge. Not paying attention. Okay, that's 20 SCVs going down. That gives us hope. That gives us hope. As Reynor now needs a great hold against the Widowmines and the Marines. Actually, so far, so good. Can he really make a game out of this, guys? They call him the comeback kid. He has perhaps made more remarkable comebacks in this game than anybody else in the history of StarCraft 2. This one would be mental, and one that we will all remember for a very long time, as that Widowmine does not fire. If Reynor buys a bit of time and he gets his 2-2 upgrades going, there is hope. The queen count is at 12. Honestly, it's a pretty big minute for Reynor. I don't know if he can really do this. He's going to try to counterattack. Planetary Fortress is almost done. Not completely done yet, guys. Not completely done yet. Lynx with +1 melee get a full surround. Can Reynor somehow kill this planetary? He's going for it. He's sending it. He won't get it. At the same time, Clem is still active with Marines and Widowmines on bottom side of the map. Queens doing whatever they can. They are transfusing. Seems like there was a bit of friendly fire there on one of the Widowmines. Where are the other Banelings, by the way? I know we have a lot of Banelings. We still have 9. We must have lost a lot of Banes to that Widowmine, because I know there were Banelings there earlier. Reynor is morphing 14 extra Banelings. Clem has dropped a couple of Marines in the main base, and even on the big game spot. Ah, he's showing up, guys. The guy that everyone's talking about.
Liquid Clem.
Sporto! There's a couple of Marines are on the high ground, and Clem does finally break through the Queens in the bottom side of the map as well. Reynor still battling. Still has 9 Queens, actually. I don't know where they're coming from. Banelings trying to sneak through. Not quite able to. And 9 SCVs went down again. There was a Baneling run by during all of this. Reynor is battling. But he's still up with his back against the ropes. But can he pull a rope-a-dope? Well, we're picking up a lot of reinforcements in the center of the map, guys. Widowmines burrowing a little bit too late. And this game is actually popping off at this point. 1200 minerals in the bank. Big run by. Denied. Ooh, big moment. Very, very big moment. But there's still a lot of chaos here. Widowmines that have not fired yet. So many mines. They don't fire. That's crazy. I don't know how no SCVs died there. I don't know how more drones haven't died. As Reynor's supply is obviously still looking pretty problematic. He has a lot of minerals in the bank. There's a Spore Crawl on the high ground helping out there. That's actually very cool. Spore gets the kill on the Viking, not on the medevac. Clem has 5 medevacs chilling in the bottom right side. There's still 3 Widow Mines in the center. All 3 of them fired. Not too many big shots. Reynor tries his luck again with the 2-2 Lingbane set up as the Queen count is back up to 13. Aye. Those Widow Mines in the center of the map do fire again. Clem has 57 Marines and 16 Widow Mines. 16 Widow Mines, guys. Reynor dives on this army. Not a good Widow Mine shot there on the left side. And really kudos to Reynor for still giving us some excitement. Widow Mines. Getting some decent shots off. Overseer dies as well. Do we have any other Overseers? We've got one. One Overseer. Queens, they need to transfuse each other one more time. Clem stims. Obviously, he has done a lot of damage to his Marines stimming this many times. I mean, it should be impossible. I want to believe it's impossible. The fact that we're still here is something. Clem throws down a scan. Once more finds a couple of Lings and Banes. Reynor fires up the Hive, guys. Despite the fact that he's under crazy pressure. Fires up the Hive. Drops the Hydra Den. 144 supply and a Dream. I mean, we need some Trader Mines here, technically, right? A couple Trader Mines. It would give the civilian a lot of hope. Nice Widow Mine shot there for Clem. Who is going up to 5 bases. Did he see? He didn't see. Oh, he did see. Did he see? I don't know if he saw. I don't know if he saw. We are still not sure. Reynor doesn't use them yet. Reynor wants the best connections ever. Reynor wants the best connections. Oh my goodness. That's so big. Oh, those Widow Mine shots were big too, though. That's a bloody shame for Reynor. Right after some absolutely fantastic Burrowed Banelings. And some great patience, man. Didn't use it immediately. Waited. That was big. That was very big. Guys, the Hive is now actually done. The Hive is done. And the Lurker Den is on the way. As Widow Mines are going to burrow one more time. I mean, Reynor has done such a great job at hanging in there. Is it good enough? He's still down 45-50 supply, which makes you feel like it is impossible. But he is trying, he is battling, and he's still giving us some excitement here on Data C. Queens still transfusing the hell out of one another. We've got 16 Queens on the map, but it feels like it's the 4th of July all over again. Widow Mine shots connecting left, right, and center. Marauder's doing a good job there and soaking up a couple of the Banelings. Few Banelings trying to connect with the Marines, but it's just not quite working. Clem's micro is good. In the end, one Baneling does connect, but it does feel that Reynor is running out of steam here. We are down to 10 Lings and a bunch of Queens. I mean, it was a great battle. It was a never-ending battle with a few big brain plays as well. But whew, in the end, it does seem that Clem will break Reynor, will still walk away with this game. But I think even he's surprised that he still had to work this hard for it. After killing literally 35 drones with a couple of Hellions and Reapers. Reynor still refusing to say die here. Some true Jaedong spirit. Final few bays. Nice micro by Clem. Oh my goodness, that was sexy, eh? That was sexy, and that's why he is the guy that everyone's talking about.
The guy everyone is talking about.
Liquid Claymore on creep, splitting his Marines absolutely fantastically, and he gets the 2-1 lead. In the main event of the evening, down 0-1, turns things around. Obviously had a phenomenal start in this game. Kudos to Reynor for hanging in there the way he did, like an absolute trooper. Could have just tapped out, could have thrown in the towel, waved the white flag, but he decided to do his best for us, and I think that's awesome. That was a good one. And a couple of great moves on both sides. That means Clem, for the second time in a Big Brain Bouts main event, takes the 2-1 lead. And he's one map away from walking away with another $150. And obviously a lot of illegal leg points. Something that these guys care about. Yeah. The fact that Reynor was so patient with the Burrowed Banelings, he could have had a couple of good connections earlier, but he realized that he needed something really big to even have a chance in the game. So he waited, and then he got the biggest possible one. That was really cool to see. Fun stuff. It's just been a really fun night of StarCraft. I know it's ultra late, guys. This is not my idea of things running this late. If we do make a comeback with the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts, I will make sure that we start earlier. Like ideally at, I'd say like 6:30 latest, maybe 7. Starting at 8 is fine if you have a couple short best of 5s, but Like, I don't take any downtime at all. Like, it's 2 minutes between a best of 5. Other than that, I do game. Whenever the players are ready, I'm ready. But yeah, if you have a 3-2 Iba Holy Hit, a 3-2 Hate Me Vindicta, yeah, it can obviously go on for a long time. It's not supposed to go on for this late. Now it's 1 a.m. Reynor hasn't had dinner yet. I didn't have dinner yet, but oh well. As a wise man once said, it's all for the show. I hope you guys still had fun. And I will once more upload it to YouTube. It will be available tomorrow. And yeah, it is good for the NA viewers. Finally, you guys get what you deserve, so that's nice. I will make hamburgers for Reynor tonight. Whether he wins or loses, he's gonna get treated by the famous Roddy homemade hamburger. And I don't want to brag, guys, but I put Gordon Ramsay to shame. I could actually put some last dab on his burger. You know, if I'm ever tired of Reynor, I'm gonna sneak in some the last dab all over his food. I won't hear him for hours. No. That would be brutal. The man is not too great with spicy food. No, that would be that's pure evil. I wouldn't do that. He did try it a tiny bit, and he said, "You're sick for even trying this."
Round 4. Fight!
In the bottom left side of Inside and Out, we are looking at the main base of the man who is on his match point to win his second Basilisk Big Brain Bouts main event. He's popping off and he's showing us that he is ready to once more potentially become the champion of Europe when it comes to the DreamHack Masters. This is the Liquid Clement de Planche. I think that's pretty good. Clement de Planche. Close. In the top right side, we're looking at the main base of the Italian Stallion, off to a good start in the DreamHack Masters. He's 2-0 after defeating Spirit and Reddita. But he's down 1-2 here in the main event of the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts. This is Kaisi Gaming's Reynor. And guys, as we are loading in, well, as we are already up and running in Game 4, I want to ask you guys for the last time tonight to do me a massive favor. Exclamation mark Basilisk in the chat. It brings you to their Twitter account. If you go ahead and can do me one proper solid, is give them a follow on Twitter and respond to one of their tweets and say, hey, it's awesome that you guys want to get involved in StarCraft. It's awesome that you guys have picked up Trigger. You don't have to tweet at them. You can if you want to, if you're really passionate. But just following them and liking some of the tweets about the Big Brain Bouts, that would already be awesome. And that really gives me very high hopes that we can continue with events like this, slightly different or the same, as soon as DreamHack is over. And that would obviously be good for StarCraft, good for the players, good for me, and hopefully good for you guys if you still enjoy watching StarCraft. So, exclamation mark Basilisk in the chat, and it will bring you to this page. Go ahead and give them a follow, and maybe like this tweet if you want to. I mean, this is actually a really cool little poster, so we may as well retweet that one. But yeah. That'd be awesome. That's all you have to do to support this event. You guys don't have to watch any ads. I don't even play ads at the moment. You guys don't have to give me bits, money, subs, or anything. Just like them on Twitter, and you do me a proper solid. Moving on. Game 4. Liquid Clement. Doing Liquid Clement things. As we have a Reaper running around in the natural. Reynor obviously probably pretty fired up after that last game, because he was battling. Let's be real. He was ultra far behind, but the man was battling his heart out, trying to bring it back. So I'm sure we're going to see the very best of him as Clem turns around and he gets the drone and he gets out of there. Kid is unbelievable with Reapers, eh? Absolutely unbelievable with Reapers. There is no other Terran that's going to get drones like that in the early game against Reynor. It's not supposed to happen against a Master League Zerg or a Grandmaster League Zerg. Never supposed to happen against Reynor. The fact that he doesn't mean that Reynor is playing bad. It just means that Clem is Clem. Yeah, perhaps Maro, perhaps TY in his prime, perhaps Innovation when he was a god, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, sure, Beyond, Youth Thermal, they're all great with Reapers, but Clem is a god. Kalazur is great with Reapers too. I know, he's not the only one. Let me do a little hyperbole for you guys, you know, once in a while. Let me hype it up. I already feel that some people are like, Roddy's losing his passion, he's not excited enough. Then if I ever get excited, people are like, yeah, but hold on there, Roddy. Calm down. Come on, guys. All right, we have Lynx running to the other side of the map. And the Hellions not quite out yet. Can the Lynx make it into the main base? Yes, they do. Oh, if they surround the Hellions, that's big. We had Clem with a phenomenal start in Game 3. This time around, it's Reynor who has a phenomenal start in Game 4. As he gets one Hellion, he should be able to get the second one as well. Yes, he does. That is so many SCVs, guys. 10 SCVs, and the Lynx is still running circles in the main base. 11 SCVs. Nice target fire there on the low HP one. Obviously not as big as the damage that Clem had, but this is really big. This is really, really, really big. Cuckoo is the new goat. Cuckoo is 0-3 against me in the last 2 days on ladder, so I don't know if that's really gold material. It was fun having Cuckoo on the call. I like that little kid. He's a good one. That poor Mew as well was indeed in the middle of nowhere. 43 drones for Reynor against the 29 SCVs for Liquid Clem. I know, Rush Rappy. I know that this amount of damage is huge. I said it was huge. I said it was big. The only thing I said is that it's not as big as the damage Clem dealt in the previous game. I think we can all agree that killing 35 drones is slightly bigger than killing 10 SCVs. That doesn't mean that this is not big. It is. Very big even. Reynor is in a great spot. Should always win a game like this. But it's not as big as the 35 drones. That's all I said. I think that's fair. He killed 35 drones. How? A Liberator, 8 Hellions, and a Reaper. Reynor made only 16 Lings, lost a couple of Lings, and had 5 Lings left. And the Hellions snuck by the Queens and roast them and toast them all day, every day. You're from Holland? Your English is perfect. That's very sweet of you. I know it's not perfect, but I think it's alright. I know I make a lot of mistakes, but the funny thing is that most of the time when I do make mistakes, I'm actually aware of my mistakes. It's just that I sit here, I talk for 5, 6, 7 hours straight, and then obviously you're gonna form a couple of very awkward sentences, and you're gonna say things wrong. It just happens, but I do my best. I try to work on it. And some days I also just feel stupid. I can't really explain that, but I never had this in my 20s, but some days my brain just does not function at all and I can't form a single sentence. I can't even speak Dutch. It sucks, man. Getting old sucks. I was way sharper when I was in my 20s. I'll guarantee you guys that. Anyway, Clem is trying to do the same thing as Reynor did, and that is make the best of a very dicey scenario in this game. And gets a couple of little W's on the board there. Picks off 2 queens, picks off a couple of links. It's a start. Yeah. It is, especially the longer you stream or the more you stream. Sometimes it's not even about how long you've been streaming on a specific day, but it's just, without exaggerating, I would say in the last 3 months I have streamed around 500 hours. And that's only on my own channel. Then I also cast DreamHack and other stuff and other events. Sometimes it can just get a bit too much, right? I don't like to use the word burnout because that sounds so dramatic. And obviously I have a very good job, a very fun job. I should be happy. But everyone needs a break sometimes. And if you don't give yourself the break, then you just kind of start doing a subpar job. But that happens. Keeps us human. Makes us human. Clem has a couple of Marines and a tank and 4 medevacs in the top left side. This is something Reynor does need to respect, as Reynor is thinking about dealing more damage on the other side of the map. But at this point, Clem's army is actually bigger than Reynor's army. Let's see what Reynor can get done with Banelings running into the natural, running into the third base rather. Man, the SCV splits. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Claymore. You're so good. Oh, maybe too early as he loses 11 in the end. And Reynor is going to try to take care of the setup. Obviously, at one point, it was obvious that both players were starting to pay attention to what's happening in the top left. But really well handled by Clem, man. That could have been a lot worse. Keeps these units alive too. Takes out the hatchery. Reynor is now a 4-base Zerg. I mean, we praised Reynor a lot for his ability to make that previous game a game. I want to do the same thing to Clem here. Absolutely awful freaking start for Claymore. And he's showing us that he will also not go down without a fight. And that's what makes these guys so remarkable. And they're so fucking good in this game. If these guys were Dota League players, I guarantee you they'd be a lot richer than they actually are. Because I genuinely believe from the bottom. Well, actually not for Reynor. Reynor sucks in League. Reynor will never be good in League. But if they would have put the same amount of time as they did in StarCraft in another game, they would be top of the food chain as well. I guarantee you guys that. Why is Reynor so bad in League? I don't know. He's even really bad at reading games, guys. Yesterday, he put on EG against Fnatic. Reynor believed that EG was doing well. Turns out they were a 7-1 underdog. So even after playing as much as he does, he still doesn't know what's happening. But what we do know is that he's damn good at StarCraft 2, as he has a little Ling run by happening, takes out a couple of Marines, takes out a tank, and decides to disengage that. This is good as well. There's no bunker here, there are no units, but he's on movement. Ooh, the tank dealing some friendly fire. And Reynor's just finding SCV after SCV here. Do we really have 3 out of 4 series today going to distance? It's starting to look like it. If a few more Banelings can connect. As they do not quite yet, though. I mean, once more, kudos to Clem. Really making the best of an off scenario. Snipes a couple of Banelings there, too. Oh, is this Clem doing Clem things, guys? Is this Clem doing Clem things? As he snipes quite a few Banelings. Picks up a couple Hydras as well. The Marines are on the rampage. A few more Banelings will pop. Sick fight by Clem as he takes the supply lead. Clem is an absolute animal. But this does mean that all of his Marines are flying at this point, so we can't save that tank. What a fight by Clement. You guys want to play the guessing game with me, chat? How many resources did Reynor lose more in this game than Clem did? At 10 minutes and 45 seconds. So you guys need to get it in 10 seconds. How many resources did Reynor lose more? I'm gonna go with 7,400. No, that's too much, I think. Yeah, that's way too much. It turns out it's 3.6k. 3.8k, guys. 3.8k is the winning guess. 3.8k. It's obviously only an 11-minute game, so it can't be too much more than that. You guess 3k. That's why you're the max pack slayer, Goblin. There's no one on this planet who has a better record against max packs than Goblin. What a man. And he didn't even reveal the real strategies, guys. Goblin was saving the real threats for the playoffs against max packs and Showtime. He just decided to forgate a little bit in the group stage. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Ooh, Reynor guns down one of the medevacs. Gets a few of the Marines as well. Hive tech is done. Vipers are on the way. Marines are going to sim forward as Reynor is even taking this base already. Clem throws down a scan in the top left side, but Reynor had units ready to give a warm welcome to those Marines. And they will fall too. And once more, I know a lot of you guys were watching DreamHack earlier, guys, but trust me when I say watch Iba against Holy Hit and watch Hate Me versus Vindicta. We had a couple of fantastic games today. It really has been an excellent Basilisk Big Brain Bouts. I don't know what these medevacs were up to. They've had enough. Clem still believes what the medevacs didn't. I think they wanted to join Reynor there. Heal up a couple links. Goblin Maru, I think, is something that goes without saying. I had Maru slide in my DMs as well. He's like, hey, Roddy. Now that Goblin left, I know I can't truly replace him. But if you want, we can make Team Roddy Maru a thing. I know I'm not as good, but I think it will make some Terrans happy. I said, sorry, Maru. I already have Cuckoo. That's the only Terran that I have space for. And on top of that, you're not 70% the player that Goblin is. And he's like, fair play, Roddy, fair play. Even Maru knows his place in life. Reynor lends a couple of blinding clouds as he is ready to send it. Lends an abduct as well. 2100 minerals in the bank. Ooh, Clem, this is so hard to micromate with extra units coming in from the left. Banelings will connect with Marines at the bottom side. Banelings also trying to make it over the bridge here. Is this a bridge too far though? Oh, barreled Banelings! Oh. Big brain plays, Reynor. I love it, man. He's implementing this a little bit more in his play. I have given a lot of love to Elaser, who's, I honestly think, the finest at that kind of stuff. He does it more than any other Zerg. I absolutely love that Reynor starts doing this a bit more often as well. And I know this is a game where he had a great start. And I know it's a game he was always winning and he was dominating. But I still think it's awesome to see him implementing this a little bit more. Now, this one was a bit comical, Reynor. He's getting carried away now, but it's all good. It's still, I'm happy to see it. He's loving it. I'm loving it. It's all good. Oh. Roddy never gets to sleep. Nah, it's all good. We still have to make Zuidland hamburgers tonight, mate. But I'm pumped. I'm very happy with the end of the month. I'm happy with my final Friday. I was hoping today was going to be a good day. And it was even better than I could have wished for, so... I do not mind being here till 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. as there are more burrowed banelings. Reynor is having fun. At this one, he's abducting a couple of ghosts as well. Probably the unit he dislikes the most in this game. But he does need to get Clem out of here, guys. Because a guy like Clem is never dead until he's truly out of bases to mine from. And he has no more ghosts. Reynor is just non-stop right now as he does take care of the bottom right. Very important. Claymore loses a few more marines. Maybe a ghost in the mix there as well, even though ghost is super tanky. Does still have an army. Like, if Clem wins this game, I don't care about Showtime Sarah, and this is game of the year. Then Clem is a god. I think it's impossible. But is impossible something that exists in the vocabulary of Clem? I don't know. He's actually so good, man. We have 26 banelings, 11 Hydras and 3 Vipers as we have a few snipes landing on queens. I don't give Clem much of a shot, but I also never want to count him out. Honestly, is a bit like Maro. A couple of Vipers going forward. EMPs did connect. Blinding Cloud landing on the tanks. Clem is forced to pick up all the units, and that's obviously problematic. He split up a couple of Marines in the top left side, but those Marines get swallowed up by the Lynx. And the fighting spirit of these guys is awesome. They're really putting on a great show for us. This is lovely to see. At this point, it is Saturday morning gaming. And you love to see it. Reynor comes in from the left side and right side with a lot of Lynx, a lot of Banes, couple of maybe Parabombs as well. I wouldn't hate a Parabomb on all these low HP medevacs. The Hydras are doing their thing. The final few tanks are falling. And after Clem lost his base in the bottom right side, these are not trades that Clem can really afford. It's been a great effort, man. For a man who was honestly very, very far behind in this game. I think Clem has put up a great fight, but super late concussive. I have to admit that I personally never even pay attention to whether or not concussive shells is being researched in this matchup. Clem also doesn't have +3 armor, but that's also because he's been kind of broke for the longest time. Still trying. He's a warrior, man. That little Frenchman ain't is a warrior. I was about to say he ain't even French, but the French guys, they get very sensitive about the white flag jokes, so I don't want to do that too often. They have to understand it's a span. Reynor with 91 drones and all the bases that he could possibly dream of. Should obviously be able to close this out. We're gonna land a few more blinding clouds. That planetary fortress is not a planetary fortress yet. Reynor is coming in from the east and west side at the same time. Few SCVs fall. Actually cancels that planetary. So the command center is carrying a few lucky SCVs. The other SCVs are not that lucky. But Reynor can just split off his Hydras. Could go for a couple burrowed banelings once more. Feels like this is a good moment to maybe go for it. Final few tanks will get surrounded, will get taken out. And the only thing that Clem can really do is run. Will Reynor burrow one more time? Yes, he did. They are a bit split up, but he did burrow. Clem says, F you, Clem. Reynor. Enough is enough. Throws down a scan this time around, but like this sensor tower can now reveal the fact that Reynor is going to mine from that base. Clem has to know that the writing is in the wall. Viper's a bit exposed. What a fighter. What a fighter this young Frenchman is. But this feels like a boxer that's truly on wobbly legs. And there's 5 more minutes to go. Or 3 more minutes. Sometimes enough is enough. And it is enough. GG gets called. But where Reynor was very far behind in game 3 and kind of made it a game, Clem was very far behind in game 4 and also made it a game. Absolutely fantastic effort by these two. And let both players know that if they want 2 or 3 minutes, that's totally fine. They don't have to start. They are allowed to take a little break. Reynor says, yes please. I don't know if Clem is down for it, but if Reynor wants a little break, then I'm okay with that. Seems like Reynor wants a tiny break. And Clem also says, haha, okay. So I will throw it to a tiny break as well, guys. That means that I can go ahead and get one more final drink in as we get ready for the absolute last game of the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts for now. But we should be back with more StarCraft after DreamHack is over. And I said it was the last time, but if the players want the break, I think you guys just saw Reynor walk by. I can just do this one more time. Please do me a solid, guys. And exclamation mark Basilisk in the chat gives you the Twitter account. Go ahead and give them a follow. I know a bunch of you guys can follow this while we wait for Game 5 to start. Basilisk is awesome. They love StarCraft. It's an esports org, not Basilisk Gaming. It's just an esports org that has a Valorant team. And they have recently picked up the Canadian Protoss player Trigger. But they just love it. They want to do more. But obviously for them to justify doing more, we need to show them that we want more. So that is the best way to do it. Just give them some love. It's free. It takes you like a minute or two. Yeah, I'll take 2 minutes, guys, so I can give you guys a proper cast for the absolute final game of the night. We'll see you guys soon. All right. Stargazes. Yes, it is Stargazes. That's our absolute last map of the night. By far and away. Oops. That's the wrong button. By far and away, the longest Basilisk Big Brain Bouts we've had. But I think it's been a banger. I want to give love to Dodie and Fiont, Hate Me and Vindicta, and Holy Hit and Iba for playing. They also played fantastic games. And of course, Reynor and Clem for putting on a great show here. Shout out to Basilisk for gifting me 10 more subs. I know you guys don't have to, but that's very sweet of y'all. It's been a great night, man. Really fun day. Super happy. Thank you so much, Eric. For those of us who want to support Basilisk but don't have social media, what can we do? That is a good question, and I've actually asked them that as well. And they basically just says, enjoy, be happy, be kind, support StarCraft, and just be on your best behavior. Basilisk is, like I said, an esports org. They're only active in Valorant, but they are now dipping their toes in StarCraft. They obviously did that great thing at Home Story Cup. If you guys missed that, a little while ago, they showed up at Home Story Cup 21, and they increased the prize pool by $16,000 just out of nowhere. It's just the thing they did. And they also picked up the Canadian Protoss player Trigger. And yeah, the only way you can really show them is just be enthusiastic and passionate about StarCraft. And I think that's really all you can do if you don't use social media. I personally am not a big Twitter guy either. But if they like it, I will promote it. Let's go ahead and enjoy our absolute final game of the night. And hopefully we have more Basilisk StarCraft in the future after DreamHack is done.
Final round. Fight!
In the top right side, we're looking at the main base of the man who played from very far behind in Game 4, but still put up an absolutely great fight. He is one of the best Terran players on this planet, without a shadow of a doubt. And he's obviously eager to defend his title at the DreamHack Masters. This is Liquid Clement. We didn't play on Moondance, right? So Reynor probably banned Moondance. He did lose Moondance against Gabe today on the ladder, so I assume that he banned Moondance. In the top left side of Stargazes, we're looking at the main base of the man that you guys just saw. He is not good at going up and down stairs, but he's great at StarCraft. Representing Kaisi Gaming, this is Reynor. Is this friendly? It is the main event of the evening. There is a $150 on the line for the winner, but the loser will still get $50 too. And those are the terms of conditions for the Big Brain Bouts. The other series, so the way that we do this, guys, is, as a lot of you guys know, I'm a big MMA fan. And the idea behind this series that we ran is that basically I'm Dana White, I do the matchmaking, and then we build it up like a UFC night is built up. So we have a couple of up-and-comers early on, and then the prize pool gets bigger and bigger as well. So it's 75, 100, 125, and then 200 for the main event. And the level of play obviously goes up throughout the night. That is the idea behind the Big Brain Bouts. And I've had a lot of fun putting this together. It's been a decent amount of work, obviously, contacting all the players, seeing if schedules work, and you cast, you observe, you try to pay attention to chat and whatnot. But for me, it's really been a 10 out of 10 experience. I've had a ton of fun doing this, and I hope to do more. I've done my best. And that's all you can do in the end, right? Reynor with a relatively clean start loses one link to a Clem Reaper, but I think we all know that's almost inevitable because the Clem Reaper gets what it wants. Hello, Multi. Thank you, matey, for the 30 months. Multi, it's been a great night. I know you're a very passionate individual and you also love StarCraft between not necessarily always the best players on the planet, but Eba against Holy Hit was sick and Vindicta Hate Me was also very fun. Yeah, I do think this is the best one. And that always feels very fake, right, when people say that. It's like, oh, the last one is the best, but this really has been the best one. Favorite fighter, Roddy? At the moment, mate, I am on the Hamza train. I am a big fan of Hamza. I know he missed weight, and that's silly, but I think Hamza is the real deal. I think he's crazy. So Reynor did say in between the break, Stargazers, man, F this map. But obviously he could have vetoed it, but he decided to veto Moondance. So there's a good chance I think we're going to see him play Muras. I'm sure that that's something that Clem is also thinking about. Clem Max Packs was good. No, yeah, it was great. I don't think we had like a bad Friday, but this is the one that I've enjoyed the most. Just felt that there was good energy today. Good spirit in the chat. A lot of positivity. I don't know, this just makes my day better. And I feel like all the players really fought their heart out. Everybody was in a good mood. It's just like the little things that make it all complete. Reynor obviously had a lot of success with a run by on Inside and Out. And he's going to try to do that all over again. And these links came all the way from the bottom side of the map. But they will pick up the first two Hellions. And this is big, man. That's a lot of SCVs dying again. The other Hellions are making their way back. A lovely start for Reynor, who wants more. Does not really get those, but he gets 2 out of 4. And he can still get a few more. Man, Reynor off to a lovely start here on Stargazers. We know that games don't end too quickly with Terran players on this map, but this is big. This is really big. Can Reynor get one more Hellion? No, he does not. Good micro there in the end by Clem. But still, not the biggest. Well, 32 links is a lot of links, actually. But I think I'd say that's plus EV. It is 32 links, but that was a lot of lost mining time. Decent amount of SCVs going down. Couple Hellions falling. I like that. I think that's okay. Now obviously it's important that we are bulletproof at home against the Banshees. 32 links is a lot, but I think the amount of damage that was dealt there is also a lot. And yes, it is impressive. He only lost 7. I completely agree. Reynor morphing one of the drones into a spore immediately. We'll end up losing 2 drones, make it 3. Clem still gets that 1 drone, but takes a lot of damage on one of these Banshees. It is a game though. Oh, okay, this is adding up. This is adding up. Absolutely phenomenal Banshee control here by Liquid Claymore as he gets 7 drones. There is Aspire, by the way. Okay, 1 Banshee ran out of energy and it will fall. Second Banshee gets 1 more drone. It's really cool to see these guys just pretty much always get max value out of all the little things. Ever watch the UFC? I watch them pretty much live all the time, and yeah, I'd be down to do that one day, but I honestly do not think that it would be like a lot of viewers, and I almost feel that I would ruin my UFC night if I do that. Because like, if you're a fan, you just want to enjoy the event, right? But if I turn it into a stream, then I have to worry about doing a good stream too. And then if in the end I sit here till 6 AM talking to 20 people about the UFC, like, I don't know if that's like something that really makes me happy, but maybe we'll give it a try one day, who knows. 60 Marines with Stim have unloaded in the pocket expand of Reynor, who does have 8 Queens, 30 Zerglings and 6 Banelings. There is a Sport Crawler there that's going to make Reynor's life a little bit easier to keep those Medevacs at bay. Yeah, obviously I cannot stream a pay-per-view. Dana White would be coming for me, guys. He's going to put me in jail. We can't be having that. You know Dana, he goes after the streamer, guys. For the diehard UFC fans, they will get those memes. Yes, I think Hamzat beats everyone. Even Francis and Ghana. Hamzat all the way, guys. I'm a fanboy. 1 upgrades on the way for Reynor, and 7 Miras are out. Mira number 8. Oh no, Queens of Creep, and they have so much energy. That's pure pain. Absolute pure pain here for Reynor. One little misclick, and Clem is right there to punish you. Ah, that's bad. That's not the kind of stuff you're looking for on this map. 4 Queens with a buttload of energy, and now the Mira's actually in a bit of dicey spot too. Even though it felt that Clem was in a bit of trouble after the early game, this is honestly all gone very well for him. This could be one of these games, by the way, where Reynor gets like the crazy high Mira count. Where we're not looking at 12, 14 Muras, but where he goes up to like 30 plus Muras and he just tries to overrun any amount of turrets. I actually really enjoy that kind of ZBT. Is Rotterdam using a mod to get such bright colors? No, everything is standard for me. I'm not doing anything special. Obviously, Clem has a 2 upgrade advantage here, guys, and he also has an army supply advantage. That's a decent amount of Marines. 47. Reynor is gonna engage off creep. Oh, we don't mind. First one only fires at a couple of links. That could have been really bad. Clem obviously is going up to 4 bases while this is happening. But Reynor is comfortably mining of the bottom left side. And it has to make him feel a little bit better. And this is a nail biter. Clem obviously in a good spot here. But a few great baning connections is all it really takes. Reynor fires up +1 flyer attacks. He's gonna need some absolutely Jaedong-like kind of Muda control in this game. Because you know there are cloaked mines everywhere. You know there's gonna be turrets. The guy with the gun. Thors. A couple of Marines getting unloaded on the wrong side. Not too many though. Easy cancel on that hatch. It does look brighter since the break. It's probably just the map indeed, like other people say. I haven't changed anything, guys. Both players getting close to maxing out. I hear a Widowmine connecting, but I think that was just with an Overseer. Reynor setting up a big counter. One Widowmine connects though. There is another mine. That is properly
denied.
Reynor's gonna try to get lucky over here. Picks off one mine. The other mine does fire and connects with a decent amount of links. 8 of them in total going down. Oh. Everywhere you look. How many mines do we have? 10 at the moment. Miss Relic Muda there. Battle over Zelnaga Watchtower. Reynor currently working with 19 Mutalisk and 4 more on the way. Oops, sorry there. Sorry about the mouse movement. 2 upgrades close to finishing up. For Claymore. So many turrets. Grand total of 7 missile turrets on the map. As Clem is going to try to do something about the gold. Let's see what the Mudas can accomplish. Yeah, there's a little... Okay, Big Daddy Thor. Big Daddy Thor pops. Big Daddy Thor gets picked off. There's a big fight happening in the bottom side of the map as well. So it's going alright for Reynor here. He's got a lot of banelings and the Mudas did do a decent amount of damage. Is that good enough? I don't know, but it's definitely something. Reynor getting a few little victories on the board. Finding a couple of the mines as well. Playing Minesweeper at this point. Okay, there's a lot of mines at the bottom side of the map that you probably want to clean up. Reynor needs another Overseer. Or at least he needs an Overseer at the bottom side of the map. Hive tech on the way and +2 flyer attacks on the way as well. Clem throws down a scan at the pocket expand to see if Reynor is expanding there. Gets the confirmation that he is. Reynor wants to hunt down. I don't know, this is very far off creep into mines. Probably not working out. And there's still those mines at the bottom side of the map. Even if Reynor is maxed out, it does feel that Clem's army is better. Maybe Reynor can make some Reynor magic happen. Nice bit of mine shots there for Clem at the bottom side of our screen. Overseer goes down again. Reynor right now with only 1 Overseer. The gold is going to get taken out. Firing up a lot of extra links. Banelings and Broodlings. Nope. Decides to not go for it. Clem with a no, Marauder drop. Okay. I was convinced that was going to be a Widowmine drop, guys. I was absolutely convinced that was going to be a Widowmine drop, but it's a Marauder drop. It kind of feels random to me. We don't have concussive shells for the people that often care about that, as Reynor has decided to just absolutely send it with his Mudas. And he's going to take control of the pocket expand of Clem. And this Orbiter could be in a bit of a dicey spot. I don't think that's enough Marines. Okay, with the Thors, obviously, it is going to be. Marauders want that hatch. Won't get the hatch. Reynor now working on +1 flyer armor as well. Carapace, I guess we call it. What's the baning count? 43. The thing is though, Reynor... That is hard. That is very hard. Do we have burrow? No burrow. Reynor's midas do find one of the medevacs. Obviously this is a style where eventually Reynor knows that he needs something else. Otherwise Clem is just going to get an invincible army. Or you need to get some very big victories in the near future. There's a lot of chaos right now. There are mudas flying around. There are lings and banes in the bottom right side. But Clem does get the hatchery with a tiny drop. Thank you, Ezra. I'll take that, mate. Zombie Grub is awesome. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Is there hope? There's always hope. We have this much money. Ooh, the Widow Mines, by the way. There are a couple of Widow Mines protecting these turrets. The Widow Mines have not fired yet. At the same time, Reynor with Lings and Banes is going to take control of the bottom right side. I don't know how many units there are here. There are so many fights. I don't know what to really look at. I guess for now we'll follow these mudas because we have 22 Mutalisks flying around. Let's take a look at the Lings and Banes. They're running into a bit of a meat grinder. Mudas though, guys. This damage is definitely starting to add up. There's only one Thor out on the map at the moment. That Thor cannot be everywhere at once. Reynor is doing good. Is this good enough? That I don't know. And it's actually fascinating to me that Clem still has 84 SCVs as he loses the Ghost Academy. Also not something we see very often. Like, how is Clem losing 10 SCVs and it feels like there's Lings, Banes, Mudas everywhere and he still has 84 workers? Reynor one more time, doing whatever he can to deny the bottom right side. Clem throws down a couple of scans at the pocket expand and the gold. Wants to see what Reynor is working with. Mudas have turned around again. They're back in the natural. Let's see how the Lings and Banes do. The only Thor is going to get surrounded. Clem is not saving it as I think he's trying to deal with the Mudas. But the Mudas are just kind of ravaging the main base. But Clem's supply is just not dropping. I don't get it. It feels like there's fights left, right and center. But Clem's supply is not dropping. That upgrade advantage is really doing wonders. Go for the double depot. I always go for the double depot, guys. 11 more mudas on the way for Reynor. Needs to be so careful. Lost his Overseer. He lost his Overseer as Clem has made a bit of progress in the bottom side of the map. Gets in range of the gold. Honestly, a sick final game as well. Reynor wants to get here before all the turrets are done. We'll find a couple of SCVs, but the SCV count of Clem is just not falling. You guys want to play the guessing game? Units lost, resource step. Reynor has 3-3 upgrades now too, yeah. I thought he was still on 2-2. Who lost more resources and how much? Widow Mines! Oh, that hurts. Those hurt. I will reveal it at 17 minutes sharp. I think we can all agree that Reynor lost more resources, but the real question is how many more? I think at this point Reynor did lose like 6k more. I'm gonna go with 6k. I feel 6k is a good guess. We can also check how many SCVs died. And that my guess is 47. Reynor lost. I said 6k. It's 5.7k. Very close. And SCVs that have died is 38. Couple of banelings connecting. We have dropped the Ultra Cavern. Now, if Ultras make it out on the map and the ghost count is low as the Thor shot hurts. I only have one Big Daddy Thor out on the map, but it does hurt. Man, what a game. These two guys. I will be done playing video games for the entire week if I play a game like this. It's stressful to observe. It's stressful to cast. Reynor with a bunch of banelings, connects with a couple of marines, wants to get these SCVs as well. Clem is splitting them on both sides. That planetary fortress will live. Reynor at the same time is going to get on top of this command center. Yeah, he did remake his Ghost Academy. There is a new one. Same spot as well. Pretty much. What is the APM? Unfortunately, APM is a bit deceiving, but I can guarantee you guys that these kids are playing very, very, very fast. If you guys want, at the next DreamHack group of Reynor that I'm not casting, I can make a little video and show you guys first person of Reynor's vision and his keyboard. I can just sneak up behind him, record. I can post it on Instagram or something. Guys, Reynor's still maxing out, and he did successfully make it up to Ultra. Skyness Splitting is on the way. Muda's about to get +3. Couple of goals, that would be so big. 1 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals. Hat-trick. Those are big pickups, man. And the battle about the command center at 6 o'clock is absolutely non-stop. This command center will die, as Clem is a split second too late to lift it up. It's Reynor doing Zerg things. Look at this. This is amazing. This sums up the series. Who gets there first, guys? It's a race between the command center and the drone. The drone will be there first. I gotta say, somewhat ambitious hatchery. As Mudas are flying around 1,000,000 turrets. Such an active game. We have lost 33 Mutalisk and 376 Zerglings. As we have a few more ghosts in the mix. Widow, my shots are good. Banelings coming in as a flank. Ultras as well. Clem doing a really good job in saving a lot of the key units though. Wow, what a final game. What is happening? What is happening? Reynor wants to get another command center. Clem has a planetary fortress, but that's a lot of Ultras. Here comes the swarm. Banelings connecting with SCVs. Can we get the PF? Yes, we can. And we run back. Clem is upset about this, and he says, can we get some Ultras? And I want to say, yes, we can, but I don't see a lot of ghosts. So the Marines do need to be a little bit careful, because if Big Daddy Ultra turns around, gets a couple swipes off. What a game. This is actually such a sick game. Amazing game, and so action-packed. As all the Marines are forced to stim one more time. We've got 14 medevacs, so we do have healing power for days. Reynor hasn't been losing drones in forever, though, man. That's gotta feel so good. Like, Reynor has lost 10 drones, and pretty much all of that was against the Banshees, right? Does Clem have building armor? Yes, he does. This is I mean, I don't want to hype up everything. It's like, this is the best, this is the best, this is the best. But this actually is one of the best games we have seen in all 4 editions of the Big Brain Bouts. As Reynor is sending it off creep one more time. Ultras, Banelings, Mudas flying into 1,000,000 turrets. Feels like this is all straight out of cinematic. I do like this fight so far for Clem, though. It feels that this is all going very well for Claymore, but a couple of Banelings do connect in the end. Banelings came in from the top left, too. But I think it's safe to say that Clem holds. The Ultras did go to town on a couple of SCVs. They forced out another very big stim on all these Marines. But the Space Cows, man, they're so tanky. Like, that's an entire army shooting at a cow. That cow is just taking it. Final few Mudas. Once upon a time we had a big Muda flock. These are the last 3 brave survivors. Drop down. I actually wouldn't use my energy on a random Muda. I think I'd prefer to save my snipe energy for the Ultras. How are Reynor's bases though, guys? Income graph. Wow, Reynor's been mining so much more over the last 7 minutes. That obviously means he's gonna probably mine out a little bit quicker too. And then as so often it comes down to the gold. Few more Widow Mines, big shots on the links. As Clem does have a double drop heading towards the pocket expand of Reynor. Reynor has still a lot of minerals, but not too much gas. So it's really important for Reynor that he gets a couple of very big victories on the board. He might get a couple of SCVs here. The Space Cows are kind of running into a Terran meat grinder. The double drop of Marines has successfully taken out, I think, the most important base of Reynor. And all of these links are running into the meat grinder too. Reynor now fires up Burrow and a couple of Corruptors. 2 Queens will not stand a chance as the armies have turned around. There are Infestors, there are Fungals connecting with Marines and Gulls. That's big. But Reynor still down 40 army supply. I think it is safe to say that Reynor is playing his heart out, but it may all be for nothing. Even though Clem is broke as a joke, he has a big powerful army. Takes out the hive, takes out the spawning pool. No more Zerglings for Reynor, who does still have a few more links. Nice split off there. Oh, and the yellow submarine is in a bit of trouble too. Nice stacking there. I see a couple of the mules do survive. Space Cows and Corruptors are gonna clean up the main base of Reynor, but Reynor just has no gas anymore, guys. Building 2 spawning pools at once, right next to each other. The battle over the gold. Like, this is a base with a decent amount of resources left. I wouldn't hate it if Reynor mines out these minerals, by the way. I know that may seem random, but I think that'd be okay. Clem has 140 army supply. Elaser. I know, mate. You would have had it a long time ago. Was a great game. It was a great game. It does feel that at this point, Reynor is going to need some of the most magical fungals we have seen in a very long time to turn this one around. I think he truly played his heart out. Same for Clem. Both of them playing awesome. Right now, Reynor has lost 16,000 resources more than the Frenchman. He got close multiple times. I think he really did get close multiple times to getting the job done, but Clem has now taken control of the gold, and obviously that is... I mean, maybe Reynor should go for like the production facilities now. Like, give up on this shit and run into the natural. It's always going to be hard. Does find the goals there, but there are still 15 goals remaining. 15 goals. Reynor is going to engage here. Does land a sick fungal. Does land a sick fungal, but I feel like we need another one, and another one, and another one. I gotta say though, these Space Cows and the Corruptors doing a decent job. In the end, the snipes do go off, and most of the Ultras have melted. I mean, it was honestly not a bad fight at all, but now pew pew pew, pew pew pew, all the Corruptors do start melting. A couple of Marines show up, Ultra turns around, and Clem is still standing strong at 106 supply. If we had 2 more of them fungals, I think that could have been the difference. We did not have 2 more of those fungals. So now Clem is enjoying mining the most important base on Stargazers. The base that a lot of TVZs come down to. The base why a lot of Zerg players hate this match. It is so hard to get world-class Terran players out of a game. We saw it with Maru. We see it with Clem. 1 more fungal lands. Lings are going to do their best. There's a few more goals are in a bit of trouble. Only 8 goals remaining, but that is still 8 more goals than Reynor can deal with. And after an absolute 26-minute banger, and just a banger of a best of 5, it is Liquid Claymore
Liquid Clem.
who gets his 2nd victory in a Basilisk Big Brain Bout main event. Great series, great final game. I'm a happy StarCraft man, and hopefully you guys are too. Oh, sick man, what a night. Thank you so much to Clem for staying up this late and agreeing to once more play these games. That was fantastic. Hopefully Reynor is still happy with the games as well. I think it was a great show. I think maybe we all won, guys. I think we all won as StarCraft fans. That is going to be all C road for me, guys. I'm going to keep it short because I am mentally and physically done. And it's time for hamburgers. I'm going to make some burgers for Reynor. I think he deserves some burgers since he played absolutely fantastic.